Hello everyone, hopefully we should now be live over on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you everyone for joining me so far. We had a couple of little technical difficulties with cameras not connecting, hence why we're about 5 minutes late. But we're here now and that's the main thing. So I hope that you are all looking forward to the launch of these fabulous new flower stamps. We've got the Posy flower and the summer flower, and I'm going to explain all about them in this launch. I'm going to give you all a couple of minutes just to kind of find us and join the live, and then we'll get going. So thank you everyone so far for joining me. The sound should be starting to come through now. There is a little bit of a delay from when I click it to when the sound comes through to you. Okay. So yes, we are live. Thank you everyone for joining me. I can see that lots of you are joining me already, and I've noticed that a few are saying it's half term at the moment, so you're not at school and you're not at work and things, so you've been able to join in this live, which is brilliant. I've got Rebecca sat on the laptop there ready to answer your questions if you've got any, and I'll do my best to answer as many as I can as we go along during this live. Today it's going to be about a bit of a product launch, telling you all about how you can get your hands on the brand new goodies, and I'm going to show you how to make 2 cards as well. So we've got lots planned for this launch, so I really hope you're going to be able to join me. Grab a cup of tea, and yes, we are ready to go. I've got my little screen set up to the side of me here as well, so I can see your comments. So hello to Nicola, hello to Linda, hello to June as well, Beryl. We've got viewers on YouTube too, so hello to Jane, hello to Janet Lee. We've got lots and lots of people watching. So thank you so much to everyone who is joining me today. Okay then, I'm going to swing round so you can have a little look and see some of the fabulous cards that we have got to show you. And I'm going to grab the 2 stamps in as well. Okay then. So I'm going to pop the overhead camera on, and then I'm going to grab the card samples as we go. So let me flip this camera around. Here we go. There we go. Okay then. So we have got 2 brand new flower stamp sets. We've got the summer flower and the Posy flower. These are $9.99 each, and they are going to be available individually. Okay, so there's not going to be a bundle or anything for these. It's just 2 standalone items. So some of you who have followed us for a little while may notice that some of these designs look a little bit familiar. Okay, so the reason for that is we've got the gorgeous summer flower, which you may all recognise from one of our cut and emboss folders, okay, that we've done in the past. And we've also got the gorgeous Posy flower, which again, you may recognise from one of our cut and emboss folders in the past. Okay, so if I flip these round, you have got your stamps in 3 sizes. So you've got your large, your medium. Oh, it's hidden under the package of the medium. Let me open this one up so you can have a little look. There we go. You've got your large, your medium and your small. So you're going to be able to layer these together. You're going to be able to shape these petals so they look super, super pretty. Or you can use them individually to make a large, a medium and a small flower. Okay then. So that one is your summer flower. So that's this design here. And the other design that we've got is the gorgeous Posy flower, which is this one here. Okay. So there were a few comments asking kind of why we've only done these as stamps as opposed to dies. So some of you, as opposed to stamp and die set, sorry. So some of you may remember a little while ago I asked you in the Facebook group whether you still like to stamp and cut out with scissors. The vast majority response was yes, you did. And I know that this is how I started crafting, because this is a more affordable way to craft than having dies for everything. And I personally still absolutely love cutting out with scissors. I find it really therapeutic in front of the TV. So we've got these 2 fabulous stamp sets. As I mentioned, you may recognise them from our gorgeous cut and emboss folders, which are these 2 here. So we've got the summer flower and the Posy flower in these that we brought out a little while ago. So the theory behind this was, yes, they are going to match up with your cut and emboss folders. Now, obviously when these cut out, you are going to get the lines on embossing folders are slightly thicker than lines on stamps, if that makes sense. The reason for that is it's just technically the way that they have to be made, okay? So the stamp lines are a little bit thinner, but the reason why we've done the stamps only is you can cut out your gorgeous base flowers. So for example, I've got 2 of the summer flowers here. You can do all of your fabulous shaping, you can do all of your glittering with these gorgeous flowers. Okay, so you can layer these up like so. So this is the large one that I'm using here. So you can die cut out your beautiful base flowers, okay, with your cut and emboss folders. You can then layer these up using your glue gel, like so. But then you can be taking your fabulous stamps, stamping and embossing onto heat resistant acetate and trimming around the edge. Okay, so you can then pull these little petals up towards the top, like so. So we're always thinking about how you can mix and match and how we can give you the maximum versatility with our products. So then you can take your little extra acetate layer, you can line this up over the top, and that then adds the detail into your cut and emboss flowers. Okay, or I can show you as well, these do actually line up. Let me just work my way around, there we go. So they will actually line up with your cut and emboss folder as well. Okay, so you could be using these in lots of different ways. The demos that I've done today, we have just used them as the stamps alone. The reason for that is the Posy Flower cut and emboss folder is out of stock and unfortunately it won't be coming back. Okay, we've still got the summer flower on the website, but the Posy Flower has gone in the cut and emboss. Okay then, I'm going to pop my cut and emboss folders away. I'm going to pop these to one side and I'm going to grab in some finished samples to show you. So I've got a little graphic that I've done that just tells you how much each of the stamp designs are and which ones we have available. Okay, so far we've only done 2 designs in the stamps to match the cut and emboss folders. We've got plenty of stock of them, but we haven't got huge stock quantities like we normally have of these because we thought we'd see how they go first. If you love them, we have got 2 other designs. We've got the mystical and the meadow flower that we potentially could bring as stamps as well. Right, I'm going to grab in the finished samples because this really is where you'll see everything start to come together. Okay, so let me just grab these in. And then of course I have got a couple of demos prepped as well so that I can show you how to use the different products. Okay then, so Becca has done some absolutely gorgeous cards with these and she's also prepped the demos for me today, which has been a fabulous help. So let me just bring the cards in to show you. Okay, so this is the first design here. So this one is using the Posy flower and you can see how we've mixed and matched those gorgeous the floral lace background die on this one too. Okay, so this is the Posy flower and this is the one that I'm going to show you how to create. Okay, these stamps will be available on our website chloescreativecards.co.uk from 6 p.m. tonight. Okay, so everything will be on the website then. You can see how gorgeous these look. You can really kind of shape these and layer them up. So this one is the Posy flower. Okay, really, really pretty. And this is actually the card design that I'm going to show you. Yes, Carol, we are working on cut and emboss folders. We are working on a lot of things in the background that will be coming soon. Okay then, so that one is your Posy flower. Next up, I've got, actually, do you know what? I'm going to show you this one. Because this is using the exact same flower stamp, but just by curling and shaping the petals in a slightly different way, you can see how it gives a totally different finish to these. So just by curling those petals and adding in, these are the little stamen dies that we have in the magnolia flower and also in the Christmas rose as well. You can mix and match those into the centre, but you can see just by curling the petals it gives you a totally different look. Next up we've got this one that has been done with the cut and emboss folders. Now this is quite an old sample, so it has been a little bit kind of damaged in storage, a little bit of the glitter's come off it. but you can see how fab that mixes and matches with your cut and emboss folder. Really, really pretty, and just using your basic nesting dies in the background as well. Next up, we have got the gorgeous summer flower. Okay, really, really pretty. And again, really nice, easy shapes to cut out as well. I'm going to give you a couple of little tips for cutting out as well while I demo. So this one's been done on vellum, and then it's been coloured from behind with a little bit of distress ink. And then we've got a little bit of heat resistant acetate on the top that's been stamped and embossed. And then we've got one of the stamen in the middle there. And again, mixing and matching with those beautiful dies that just came out. They are absolutely gorgeous. Next up is another one with the summer flower. So this is actually using it with the cut and emboss folder and the flower stamp over the top. I don't know whether you can pick it up because we've done it all purple on purple, which doesn't help for the camera, but anyway. You can see how you can die cut out your flowers underneath and then pop your little acetate layer over the top with the stamps, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So these do mix and match with your cut and emboss folders. What I would recommend is, because stamping on top of your cut and emboss folders is going to be challenging, and because the lines are slightly thicker, I would recommend cutting out your base layers with your cut and emboss folders and then use an acetate layer on the top with the flower stamp. Okay, that's the way that I would do it personally, and I think it kind of makes it easier. Or you can use the stamps as a standalone and the cut and emboss as a standalone. Okay then, next up we have got this one here that has been done again just onto white vellum. Stamped lots and lots of the little small posy flower stamp, inked the back and layered it up. Really, really pretty. Again, if maybe you're not going for the stamps, that's absolutely fine. You can take inspiration from these and do the same kind of projects with the cut and emboss folders. Next up is this one here, and this is using that gorgeous summer flower all in hot pinks. It is not a Chloe's Creative Cards launch without a hot pink card, I always feel. So we've got that beautiful summer flower, and you can see how the petals have been pinched down the centre to create a mountain fold, and then layered up with a little bit of glitter on the top. These look absolutely beautiful. Okay, and then next up, this is the other card that I'm going to show you how to make. This is using the summer flower again, layering up those beautiful flowers, adding in the stamens as well, which you get in the magnolia set or the Christmas rose set. But we are debating whether we should just bring out a die set of just the stamens, because like we're finding we use them a lot, and if you could just run it through in one pass through your die cut machine, it would make it so much easier. So yeah, so you can layer this up. We've mixed and matched with the sugared paper pads as well, and also the watercolour washers paper pads, which we've got on the website. So please do have a little look over, and like I say, these 2 new stamp sets will be available from 6 PM tonight. Okay, I'm going to pop these over to one side. Let me move the finished samples out of the way, and then we're going to dive on in and start with a project. Okay, so I'm going to start with this lovely purple one here, using the summer flower. Okay, and yeah, I'm excited because I feel like we're getting back to our roots. I feel like this is how Chloe's Creative Cards very first started, with some gorgeous flower stamps. So yes, I'm very excited about these ones. Right then, we are going to start with this gorgeous background here. Okay, and we're going to start by creating the flowers. So I've got all of my little bits and pieces prepped here. I've taken a piece of paper, and this is from the watercolour washers paper pad. So these particular papers are double-sided. I'm going to use this gorgeous lilac-y side to stamp my flowers onto. So I'm going to start off with an anti-static bag. I'm going to dust over my little piece of paper, like so. Okay. And there we go. And then I'm going to grab my stamps in. Now I've got mine all carefully arranged on this one block. Might just have to alter them. Yeah, that's fine to fit on the paper. Okay then, so we're going to take some opaque bright white superfine wow powder, and we are going to take a clear embossing ink pad. So the embossing ink pad that I always use is the Wow Clear Ultra Slow Drying ink pad. It's a really nice sticky ink, so it's going to really grab your embossing powders nicely. Okay then, so What we are going to do is we are going to take our stamp and we're going to ink it up. So lots and lots of tapping all over the image. Okay. So just tapping over the image like so. Okay. We're going to turn this round and we're going to stamp this down onto our piece of paper. Now, if you were stamping for the first time, or even if you're an experienced stamper, I would 100% recommend investing in one of our stamping mats. It is a fabulous foam mat that makes it easy for you to put the pressure on your stamps, okay, and also our acrylic blocks. They are nice and thin, so it makes it so much easier when you're stamping with them. Okay, so we're then going to lift that off. We're going to take our opaque bright white superfine embossing powder and we're going to sprinkle that over the top. We're going to tap off the excess like so. Okay, and then we're going to pop this back into the jar and heat up the image. So, there we go. Yeah, and of course you can be sticking like 3 flowers on a block at once as well. I don't tend to do one at a time, not when I'm kind of batch making like this. So we're just going to hold that heat gun still, and then as soon as we see that embossing powder start to melt and change, we are just going to move the heat gun over the image. Like so. Okay, so then what we're going to do is take our scissors. I personally like a pair of spring cut scissors, but it's each to their own. I am left-handed, so that does always make it fun when I'm getting a new pair of scissors. So then what I tend to do is roughly cut the flowers out first. You're then going to use the length of the blade and you're going to feed the paper into the blade. So if you watch, once I get to the edge, the blade of my scissors is staying still. I'm moving my hand with the paper to do the work. So all I'm doing is using the length of the blade and just working round to cut these out. You want to do nice long cuts. You don't want to be doing little snippy cuts. That's when you're cutting out can look a bit jagged. If you use the full length of the blade and just work your way around, feeding the paper into the scissors, you find that so much easier for cutting out. So I'm just going to work around like so. Okay, so we're just going all the way around, cutting out those flowers, and then you can see how you've got a perfectly die cut flower. Okay, so easy to do. So I'm going to whiz round and do the other two now, just to show you. But I have got some that I've already cut out at home. So let me just trim these round. I have to say we had a big stamping session in here, where we just stamped out all of these beautiful flowers and then we just sat and cut out, and it was bliss. Absolute bliss. Nice little TV programme on in the background. And there we go. So we're just going to work all the way around, trimming out this flower. Like so. Okay, so that's that one done there. And then these are these ones here. Okay, so we're just going to work our way around like so. Cutting out, so easy to do. And these are nice easy shapes as well to cut out. They're not kind of too difficult or anything like that. We did bear that in mind when we were designing these two. I think it's nice as well if you've already got things at home that you can use with different products as well, so it's kind of expanding on your cut and emboss folders, which is fabulous. Okay, right, so you can see how I've got those flowers cut out now. So for my actual finished project, I've done 2 large, okay, and then I'm going to show you how to glitter these up as well. So we've got 2 large, 4 of the medium size, and 2 of the small ones. So I can get those out, there we go, okay. So then they are ready to go on my card, and I've already glittered these up so that they are good to go. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take a little bit of my Art Glitter Dries Clear Glue. So that's this one here, which I absolutely love. I use it all the time. Okay. And then we're going to just check that that's working first off. I'm going to grab my little basket in with my glitters. So to glitter this one up, we are going to use White Winter Frost, okay, which is gorgeous. It's a really, really ultra fine, like transparent glitter, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to take our glue and we're literally going to just follow the dots and follow the lines on the stamp. Again, don't have to be too careful. You can be quite rough when you do this. Still going to look just as nice when you glitter these up. Okay, so then we're going to glitter that up so you can see it looks quite clumpy at the moment. But once that's dried, you can see how you get more of the purple shining through. And you just get a really pretty subtle sparkle. Okay, so I'm going to pop those to one side and we're going to build up these ones that I've got that are already done. There we go. So what we're going to do is pop the little pin back in my glue. I'm going to take the flowers and I'm going to pinch down the middle. So I'm creating a little valley fold. We are actually going to do a little project on the blog as well with lots of ideas showing you like a technique just on making flowers. We just need to get round to filming some little bits and pieces for it. We've just been quite busy in the office at the moment, so we haven't quite got round to it. Right, so I'm going to use a blob of Pin Flare glue gel in the middle, and then I'm going to just layer this up on the top and twist it so it's offset ever so slightly. Okay, and then what I've also got is we did some little acetate layers just so that we can show you how you can layer up some acetate on here too if you wanted to. So that's a little acetate layer going on the top. Okay, so you do need to make sure that your acetate is heat resistant if you want to do that as well. So then we're going to take this one, pinch down the middle, blob of glue in the middle. I'm going to take the next one and layer this up on top. So, okay, really pretty. And then I've got a little acetate layer that I've done for this one. So you're literally just going to bend these up, okay, like so. And then we're going to put a blob of glue on the back of there and layer this one on the top. Okay, so I'm going to show you one with acetate and then the obviously the finished card's been done without. So we're going to just work our way around again, pinching the petals on this one like so. Go. And then got a little acetate layer somewhere. I feel like the acetate always hides. Maybe it's only got, oh, I guess I've got it here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right, so I'm going to layer this one up. The one thing with your acetate is you want to make sure that you can snip towards the centre as well when you're using heat resistant acetate, because what you'll find is it's going to pull up like so. Okay, and then we're going to put a blob of glue on the back of here. It's going to go down onto there. Okay, and then we're going to do these smaller ones as well. So just going to work our way around, again, pinching the little petals, like so. I know that lots of you are probably asking about my scissors. They are very, very old, they don't make them anymore. They are spring cut scissors, but if you have a little look on my Amazon storefront, I have actually linked an alternative pair. So Fiskars make some that are very, very similar. They're not gardening shears either, they are definitely scissors for crafting. So we're going to pull these petals up, and then we're going to pop this on the top, and then the same with this one. So again, I'm just going to cut towards the middle, like so. And what I love with heat resistant acetate is you don't have to be too careful about how you cut these out either. It's really, really easy. So we are just going to work our way around like so. A little bit of glue on the back, and that's going to go onto there. So you can see how we've got these beautiful flowers all layered up. Okay, and then we're going to take our little stamen. So these have been cut from the magnolia flower die set, okay, and they are absolutely beautiful. And what we've done is gone in and added a little dot of PVA glue just onto the edges and covered it with the rainbow violet sparklicious glitter it is on here. So really, really pretty. Okay, so what we're then going to do is take our bling box. So actually, using this one, the purple's a little bit prettier in here. So this is the spring collection bling box. So I'm going to take the large purple jewels from out of here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my tweezers and I'm going to pop a little blob of glue just in the middle of each of the stamen, and then I'm going to pop a jewel directly down in the middle, like so. And this one here. Oh. And there we go. And this one here. So you can see how they are all nicely layered up. And then we are going to take a little bit of, just going to take a little bit of pin flare, stick these down. So all I'm doing first is just pulling the little stamens up towards me, like so. There we go. And this is just going to add a little bit of extra dimension and an extra little bit of shape. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to take our pin flare and pop it on the back. So just a blob in the middle. And then we're just going to work round and stick these into the centres of the flowers, like so. Okay. So then you can see, if I hold one of these up, how gorgeous these little flowers are looking. Really, really pretty. Okay. So then I'm going to pop these over to one side. Give those a little second to dry. Okay, and then we're going to start and layer up our base card. So we've got a piece of our gorgeous watercolour washes paper here, and I would 100%, if you haven't got one already, recommend treating yourself to this beautiful paper pad. It is gorgeous. It's so lovely for stamping your flowers onto, for using it on for backgrounds as well. It's a really beautiful paper pad. So we're going to stick this layer down flat first. Okay, so that's going to go onto here, and I'm using a little bit of my Kalal all-purpose glue there to stick that down. I'm going to pop that over to one side, and I'm going to grab in my little die cut here. So this is from the 8x8 blooming frames, which is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to just glitter along the edge. So to do that, I'm going to take a chisel tip glue pen, which is this one here. They are out of stock at the moment, but we will be getting them back in. They are on order. We're just kind of waiting for them to come back through. So I'm gonna scribble over the top like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take that white winter frost glitter and cover the image here. Okay, so this is white winter frost, which is that really ultra fine glitter, and it just gives like a I'm going to call it a micro sparkle, because it's not quite as kind of in your face as Crystalina and some of the others are. It's just like a little twinkle rather than a sparkle. So we're going to pop that over the top. Okay, just going to work our way around, glittering these edges like so. If you like the watercolour washes as well, you are going to like what will be coming in the future. There is a lot of fabulous goodies on their way. So I'm going to scribble over the top of there. Okay, and then we're going to cover this with our gorgeous glitter. Okay, and of course, if you give our Facebook page a like, you can share it as well to let your crafty friends know that we go live too. Because actually, I've been live on Facebook, I think, for the last 3... Have I been live for the past 3 weeks? I think it's been lots of... Might be 4. Yeah, it's been a few weeks we've been going live. No, we won't be doing it every single week, but yeah, the past few weeks we've had lots and lots of things to tell you about. So we're going to flip this over, and we're going to pop some foam on the back. So of course, these are our absolutely fabulous foam pads on a roll, and these are brilliant. Use these for all of our projects to make it so much quicker and easier when you're crafting. So I'm going to whip the backs off of these. There we go. Okay, and then we are going to take this and stick it down onto our base card. That's that one there. Okay, and then we've got a piece of our mirror card, and I think this is in amethyst. So we're going to stick this down flat. So again, just a little bit of Kalal all-purpose glue on the back, like so. Okay, and then we're going to stick this one onto here. Okay, and then we've got a piece from our sugared paper pad. I love this paper pad, it's gorgeous. So this is the sugared foil paper pad. So we're going to pop some foam pads onto the back of here. So I'm going to use my little foam pads like so. Okay. I feel like watercolour washes and sugared are like two where it's just perfect. You're going to use so many of the papers out of these. Okay, so we're going to take the backs off these again, like so. Okay, I'm getting the feeling that you're all liking the stamen dye idea as well, so I think we'll get onto that and see what we can do. Because we always try and like size things as well, so you can mix and match and use it in different ways. So I'm going to pop that onto here. So that's layered down nicely. Okay, and then I've got a little die cut. So again, we're using that gorgeous, the Bloom & Frames collection. So we've used the little diamond. So we've got this one here and we've got the fancy one to go on the top. We're going to use some little foam pads just onto the back of here. Okay. And then I'm going to stick these down. That's that one there. And then this one here. There we go. And then I like to arrange the flowers next. So we're going to take the flowers. Okay. Okay. So we're going to take our pin flare glue gel. Blob of glue on the back. It's going to get stuck down here. And then we're going to take the next ones. This one. Going to get stuck down here, and then another one here, one at the bottom and one at the top. There we go. That one and that one. There we go. So you can see how that's starting to come together now, but we've got quite a bit of blank space. So we've got some foliage. And I do believe these are from the Dazzling foliage and the Summer foliage. Okay, so we've got some little leaves that we've done heat resistant acetate, stamped and embossed them in white, flipped them over, dries clear glue on the back, and then covered them with Crystallina glitter. So when you flip them back over, you get that gorgeous glitter shining through. So we're going to start and just tuck in some of these little branches in and around the flowers. So that one there, and one up at the top. Okay. And then one down at the bottom here. Go. Right, and then we are going to start to add in some more foliage. So this is from the Summer foliage stamp and die set now as well. This one's been stamped and embossed in the powdered snow. Wow powder, which is beautiful. So I'm going to chop a little bit off the bottom of here. Into there. Right, we're getting there. Silver snow, this one. Did I say powdered? I meant silver. I had silver in my head, but I said powdered. Sorry. Silver snow, not powdered. It's getting too complicated though, isn't it, with all these colours with snow in the name? Right, anyway, so you can see how now we've used that foliage to build up around the side there. So what we are now going to do is take some little sequins. If you haven't got any of these in your stash, oh my word, you are going to want to grab some from the website. Our little floral sequins, they come in a big bag like this, jam-packed with lots and lots of different, lots and lots of different kind of shapes of flowers, and they are gorgeous. So we're going to go around and just dot a couple of these flowers into the background. So I'm just sticking these down with my Dries Clear PVA. Now what you can also do, and what I often do is get a sheet of glue dots and then just stick these over the top. Okay, and then you can kind of create your own little stickers with them then, which work really, really well. So I'm going to just stick these on here. That'll do. There we go. So we've just added, ooh, glue's just run off. There we go. Right, I've just added in a few little sequins into the background. Okay. So what we're then going to do is we are going to take some self-adhesive sparkles, which I've got over here. These are our, of course, gorgeous little self-adhesive jewels. When I was flicking through there, I was panicking that I didn't have a purple pack, but I have. Phew, it's pink I'm missing. I'm sure that's a shock. Right, so we're going to take some of these beautiful little self-adhesive jewels and literally just pop these into the middles of the flowers. And I'm also going to take a couple of like the smaller ones, and I quite like just to dot a couple about in the background. I just always feel like it adds that lovely little pop of colour that looks so pretty. So I'll add one there and one here. And what we'll do again, because I think this worked well last time, is the cards that I make today, I'll sign them, and then 2 of the orders will get randomly picked out and they'll win the cards that I make on Facebook today. Okay, so if you place your order tonight for the new goodies, you might get a card in your envelope. Unfortunately, we can't do it for all orders, it would just be for 2. Okay, so we're going to just stick the little jewels. I'm going to dot a couple more in and around. I love these self-adhesive sparkles as well. They're so gorgeous. Honestly, once you get these home, you'll be like, yeah, I see why Chloe likes those. They are so pretty. Okay, so we've got that bit layered up, and then I've got a sentiment which says, fabulous friend. Okay, so I'm going to stick these bits down. So I'm going to use just foam pads for that because it's easier, to be honest. So a little bit of foam on the back of each of these. It's this one. And oops, this one. There we go. Right, so then you can kind of just shuffle your layers about just a little bit. So we've got fabulous going in there. And then we've got friend going in the bottom there. Okay, and that there would then be your finished card. Okay, so you can see how we've added the acetate layer onto the top of this one, and on this one we've not got the acetate layer on, so you can see how it gives you a totally different look. Actually, it completely transforms it. This looks more pale, and the kind of flowers stand out a little bit more. So you can see how beautiful that then looks. So I'm going to pop this card to one side. I'm going to pop a little graphic in with the 2 flower stamps to show you while I get ready for another demo. Okay, so I'm going to knock the sound off. Okay, and then we'll be ready for another demo. Right, hello everyone. We should be back and the sound should be back on. So, we are going to be creating this gorgeous pink coloured card next. Really, really pretty. I'm going to use the Posy flower for this one. I'm going to show you a slightly different way to shape it as well. So, we're going to create the background first because this is super duper pretty using that floral lace border die. And if you've been on the fence about going for this die, there's only a few left, okay, and it'll be a while before we can restock it. So if you would like this one, please do make sure you pop it in your basket, okay? So that's the floral lace border. Right then, so we're going to get started. So we've got an 8x8 card blank, okay, and we're going to mat and layer this up. So we're using our rose quartz, mirror card and glitter card, okay? So we're going to start off by using our mirror card on the background. So there we go. A little bit of glue just all over the back there, and then we're going to stick this down onto our base card. Okay. There we go. And then we're going to pop some foam pads onto the back of our glitter card. Okay. And we're going to stick this down onto here, like so. And there we go. And then we're going to pop this down onto our base card. There we go. Like so. This one looks like it's a little bit off when it's been cut. Just needs leveling up. Okay then. So what we're going to do next is we've got a piece of our gorgeous, this is rose quartz, not glitter card, pearl card. Do you know what? I'm going to go and cut another piece of that. Give me 2 seconds and I'll be back with you all. Just, I don't want to send it out when it's skewered. There we go. I've guessed the size. I think it's 7.5 inches. There we go. Oh, it is. Look at that. That's a well-trained eye, that, isn't it? You can tell we've done lots of matting and layering. So I'm going to just stick this over the top and this will just balance it out a little bit. Okay, so that's going to go onto there. Do you know what the problem is in here? We end up with all the product development samples. So sometimes we end up with bits of card that aren't cut straight and things like that. But anyway, right, we've got that stuck on the top now. That looks better. There we go. Right then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a piece of the rose quartz pearl card and a piece of double-sided adhesive sheet. Okay, we're going to carefully peel the back off of this. I'm going to stick our rose quartz pearl card onto here. So I'm going to line it up, if I can, in this corner here. Carefully try to stick it down. There we go. Right, so we've got that nice and stuck on there now. So we're going to whip the back off of here. Okay, and then we're going to take our die cut borders. So this is the floral lace border, and I'm going to stick it down just a little way in from the edge of the card. Oh, this is challenging now. 2 seconds. Let me get this stuck down right. There we go. And then what you can do is use your leftover paper to rub over the top like this to make sure it's stuck down. Okay, and we'll do the same with the next one. So we want to just get this carefully stuck down. Sorry, I'm probably doing this at a really weird angle for the camera, but it's an angle that works for me, so just bear with me till I get this stuck in place. There we go. Then we're going to take again that leftover little piece of the double-sided adhesive. Again, I've linked the double-sided adhesive sheets on my Amazon storefront. So I have posted the link before, but I'll try and hop back on after the live to post the link for that one. Right, so I've just snipped the edges off there. And then I'm going to take my Crystalina glitter and sprinkle this over the top, like so. So we're just going to rub this in. Like so. Lift this up. It's like you're making your own glorious glitter card. Okay. So this is a little bit messy, hence why I did this as my second demo. But you can see, look at that sparkle. Wow, it is so pretty. Okay, so then you can see you've got all of that glitter encapsulated between that floral lace. Okay, so we're going to pop that to one side. I'm going to chuck my leftover glitter back into that pot there. I feel like just like a cloud of glitter next to me there. Okay, and then we're going to stick this onto our card just using some foam pads. Okay, so this is so pretty, so sparkly, but so easy for you to create at home. So we're going to pop our little foam pads on the back there. Okay, and then we're going to whip the backs off. And there we go. And then we're going to pop that down into the middle of the card. Like so. You can see how pretty that is then looking. Now obviously if you want to, you can be gutting the middle out of your mats and layers. I personally don't when I'm demoing because I find it hard to stick things on straight. So I just leave them as full sheets. But of course if you want to, you can gut. Completely up to you. So then what I've done is taken a little leftover strip of my rose quartz glitter card and a piece of white card. What we're going to do is cover the white card again with a double-sided adhesive sheet. Okay. So we're going to take our sheet, stick this over the top like so. Okay, make sure it's well stuck down and then we can just see if we can just get the back off. This is always the hard bit. Trying to peel the back off. The nails are quite long at the moment as well, which doesn't help. Nearly there. I feel like we should just have like some tumbleweed coming across the screen while I'm trying to peel this off. Oh my word, it's painful to watch. There we go, right. I think I've got it. Haven't got it. It's all going so well. Nope. Let's try again, let's try at the bottom. Come on Chloe, you can do this. There we go. Right, I've got it, I've got it. There we go. Right, that is the back of that piece. That piece is well and truly stuck on there, let me tell you. So I'm going to grab another piece of scrapped paper in. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to give it a little dust from my anti-static bag because that often helps your glitter to go back into the pot. Okay, and then we're going to take a sparklicious glitter, and this one is crystal pink. It's a gorgeous like crystallinery chunky one. I'm going to sprinkle this over the top the white card like so. The sticky, double-sided sticky adhesive sheet on the white card. Look, it's like encrusted jewels in the background. Isn't that stunning? Okay, so we've got this gorgeous glittery border now created. I quite like that as wallpaper actually. That would be fantastic in my craft room if I could have that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to trim this little piece down so it fits on the front of here. So I'm going to do it by eye, but I am going to use a trimmer because I cannot cut a straight line. So I'm going to slide this in and trim. Okay. So then I'm going to take this piece here. I'm going to stick it on with foam pads. So I'm just going to pop a few down the middle there. And we'll take the backs off. And then that's going to go on top of here. I'm going to get that central because I think I've cut it fractionally short. Oh no, I've actually put that absolutely perfect. So we're going to flip that over and we're going to do the same again this way. Okay, and then we're going to take the backs off of here. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this bit of paper because it's quite sparkly. Okay, and we're going to pop that down under here. Okay. Right, so that's like the basis of our card built up. So what we've then done, and I'm going to show you the stamping because it's all about the stamps today. I'm going to take a piece of, this is our rose quartz pearl paper, which is beautiful. It's lovely for making your flowers with rose quartz pearl paper. So what we're then going to do is we're going to take our stamp. So I've got the 3 sizes again on my block. I'm going to ink it up with my Wow clear embossing ink pad. Okay, lots of tapping all over the image. And then we're going to place that down and press onto our paper. I'm going to lift that off. Okay, we're going to grab in a piece of scrap paper and we're going to use the Wow Metallic Silver Superfine Embossing Powder. I'm going to sprinkle this over the top, like so. Oh, I've not inked that one all that well, but still usable, it's fine. Okay, and then we're going to heat this up. So I'm just going to use my heat gun. So as soon as that embossing powder goes from that horrible dull grey colour to a gorgeous, bright, shiny silver, you know it is done. There we go. And then we are just going to cut out the flowers. So again, same little tips as before. You're going to roughly cut out first. Oh, I've missed a bit there on my heat embossing. Honestly, so bright in this room. So, I'm going to trim these out. So I'm going to start off by using the length of the blade again, cutting towards the middle, trimming all the way around the edge, like so. But I still absolutely, I love stamping and cutting out. I think it's my favourite. I absolutely love it. I just love how you can take a plain piece of paper, you can stamp an image, cut it out, and it's like, oh, you've created something amazing. Love it. Right, so I'm just going to cut one out because I'm getting a little bit conscious on time. So there we go. So we've got that lovely flower. So then when we've glittered these up, if I bring one in to show you, literally all we've done is taken our PVA glue and scribbled in the centre like this. Dead easy to do. Don't have to be too careful. There's not really any technique to it. Okay, and then we're going to take our Crystalina glitter and sprinkle it over the top. Okay, you can see, and then when that dries, that's dry, you're going to get the pink glitter, the pink paper shining through. Really, really pretty. So, I'm going to pop that over to one side again. We're going to build up the flowers. So for this central flower here, we've got 2 large and a medium. Just grab my 2 large out of my little pot. You do want to make sure that your glue's nice and dry before you start shaping as well. So with this one, we're going to just pop a little mountain fold all the way down the centre, like so. Okay. Notice there's a few people asking if these are in dies. At the start of the Facebook Live, we went through the full launch. So these ones are stamps only. They'll mix and match with your cut and emboss folders. So you can cut your base layers out with your cut and emboss folder. Then do your top layer with acetate and snip around the edge. Then it doesn't matter how you cut it out because you're not going to see around the edge of the acetate. Okay. So we're going to pop a blob of glue gel on the back. And we're going to layer this up, so we're going to offset it slightly, like so. And then we're going to do the same with the next one. Blob of glue on the back, layer that up. So you can see how that starts to come together. Okay, then we're going to take our little stamen again. So this one is from the Christmas Magnolia. Okay, and we're going to take a pink jewel to go in the middle. So I'm going to use my spring bling box. Okay. And I'm going to pop that into the centre, like so. Okay. That's going to go into here. And then we're going to pull these little petals up. Okay, and then we're going to put a blob of pink flare on the back of there. And stick that into the middle. Okay. So you can see how we've made that beautiful flower. And then we're going to do 2 of the medium ones. So it's going to be 2 medium and a small put together. I'm going to make 2 of these. So again, pinch down the middle, like so. Okay. And blob of glue on the back, pull the petals up. Okay. And then we're going to have to just layer this one as well. So we are just working our way around, pulling the little petals up, blob of glue gel on the back, and then sticking that down into the middle. Okay, and then again, little stamen. So this is probably from the Magnolia set. Blob of 3D glue on the back, stick that down. Little blob of glue in the middle and pop our little jewel in. So we're going to do one more of this size. Okay, so again, little mountain fold just down the middle, like so. There we go. So just going to work our way around, layering that up. Okay. And then we're going to pop that on there. Okay, so just working around again, pinching down the middle of those petals, not being too careful. I like to pull the petals up, blob of glue on the back, and then that gets stuck down here. Pull the little petals up towards me, pop a little blob of glue gel on the back. go. Little blob in the middle. A little jewel in the middle of there. Okay, and then we're going to start to build up the card. So we're going to pop this one here, and this one down here. So blob of glue in the middle. Pop that down. So blob of glue here. Position that down. Blob of glue here. And pop that one down. So we've got our 3 gorgeous flowers, but then you get the glitter when you're shining it from different angles, which looks fab. Then got a little sentiment. This is from the birthday sentiments, I think, this one. Happy birthday sentiment. It's one of our older stamp sets, definitely. Pop that on there. Chisel tip glue pen. A little bit of Crystallina going on around the edges. Just going to drag the glue pen along each side and then straight into the glitter, like so. And then we're going to pop a couple of foam pads just on the back, like this. And that's going to go onto here, like so. And then we've got 4 of the little individual flowers, okay, that we've chopped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, got those. So then we're going to just pinch down the middle of here again. Okay. I'm going to add a little blob of glue in the middle. And a little jewel. I'm going to use a slightly smaller sized jewel on this one. So again, this is the Spring Bling box. Okay, some little jewel in there. Little jewel in there. Going to go into here and then another blob of glue onto here. Just build the flowers up around this central panel, and then the same again, just working round. A little blob of glue in the middle. And the same with this one. Pinching down the middle, and then we're just going to layer this one up. So a little blob of glue and a little jewel dropped into the centre. Okay, pop that onto here and pop this one onto here. Okay, now Becca's put a bow on the finished sample one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dot some sequins about and some jewels. So we're going to use that bling box again. I'm going to pop some little jewels onto here. Okay, so we're going to pull these ones out. So drop these into the centres, oops, of the roses. One here, down there. So then you can see how we are building this up, okay? And then we're going to take some of these little sequins. Again, sequins, floral sequins, you guys need some of these. They are absolutely stunning. I've just sprinkled a few out into my little basket that I've got here. I'm just going to pick a couple up and start to pop them down into the background. I'm going to just stick them with a little bit of 3D glue just so that they kind of really do pop off the page. A little bit of glue on this one and on this one. They're so pretty, the way they catch the light. They just look gorgeous. So let's grab another couple of these. And what I'll do with this one, because obviously I've run out of my pink self-adhesive jewels. Wonder why. Oh no, I'm going to use a bling box. No, I'll use the bling box. I was going to say I'll finish this one off after the live, but I'll finish it now while we're here. Actually, I've got some thin ribbon here. So the finished sample does have a bow on. So I'll do this is very thin ribbon, so I'll just do a chunkier bow. And do like a 4 loop one. There we go. Made a right pig's ear of that. Right, there we go. That's it. So we'll tie this one here. Like so. Snip the ends off. There we go. And then we'll pop a little bit of glue onto here. Okay. I'm going to pop a bling stone in the middle as well. It's going to go in there. I'm going to grab some of the little jewels out of here. I'm going to just stick these into the middle of my sequins. Okay, oh, my fingers are covered in glue gel. Oh, get this. There we go. Right, so then we'll take our glue, little blob, just in the middle of each of the sequins, like so, just a little bit. And then we'll take our little jewels, just drop these on. There we go. And a little one over here. Okay, and that would be your finished cards. Let me just put these little spare jewels back in my bling box. Okay, so that one was using the new Posy flower stamp that will be available on the website from 6 PM this evening, so please do hop over and have a little look. Okay, pop the camera back on, just have a look, there we go. Okay then, so the two brand new stamp sets, we've got the Posy flower and the summer flower, will both be available at www.chloescreativecards.co.uk from 6 PM tonight, so please do hop over, have a little look on the website. There are lots of other goodies on there too. All of the card samples and things will be going up on Facebook over the next few days, so you're going to get loads of inspiration using this collection. I really hope that you have enjoyed today's live. If you haven't done so already, click subscribe for our YouTube channel. You'll never miss a launch or a sneak peek or anything that way. And also give us a like on Facebook. I hope to see you all again very, very soon. And yeah, just keep an eye on the page. I'll be back